Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Otsego City Council meeting. Tonight is Monday, August 12th. Audra, can you have the record show that our city attorney, city planner, city engineer, along with all council members are present, along with our assistant city administrator and our city administrator. At this time, I'll ask you all to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Our first item of business this evening is our open forum. This is the portion of the meeting where residents can come to the podium, state their name and address, and limit comments to 5 minutes or less. Would anyone like to speak at this time?
Hi, guys. Jeannie Holland, County Commissioner. Just wanted to give you an update. It's been a while since I've been here, I think a month. In the meantime, since I've been here, our county administrator resigned. So last week, we have now put in an interim county administrator who is Greg Kreiser. He's our civil county attorney. He's doing a dual role as civil county attorney and interim, and probably until, we get through this budget season, because we are in the thick of budget season right now. And then, kind of figure out our plan and then kind of work in how we're going to get our next administrator. But for now, he's well versed in the county. He is able to do so. Brian Lutz said he's been doing a lot of our services already as county administrator. So we're just really excited that he's at the forefront and right in time for budget season. We're in budget season now, and it's been very, very intense. Our goal is to get it between 4 and 6. It came in high at like 8, but we've been working that levy down, and we're really hoping that we can get it in that levy area. So, because we know, especially I'm fighting for you guys, of all the cities in Wright County, you guys are the most impacted because, just your volume of people and the size homes you have, it will really impact your city. So just want to tell you I'm fighting hard for you. And other than that, I know you guys have your festival coming up, and if you could tell your Parks Department, Connie, to call Health and Human Services to get that lactation station all ready to go, because they were last year, public health couldn't believe how many people came out to especially young families, even though I told them that. And they said, oh my gosh, we couldn't believe how big that festival is. So just if you could remind her that, hey, this is coming up, and get her in contact with public health, that would be great. But otherwise, I'm looking forward to it. I'll be there all day. And anybody have any questions right now for me?
Mayor,
Yes.
who would be the appropriate contact at HHS?
You know what? I would call Sarah Groshin.
Sarah.
She's the head. Yeah.
Thank you.
And I do want to thank Adam. He's been at a lot of our cannabis meetings. We're also mucking through all that cannabis stuff that's going to hit us hard on January 1st. We're lucky. Sabrina too came. We're really lucky that you guys are really lucky to have these two to come and get all the information. It's going to be the wild, wild west. We know, and hopefully it goes a lot smoother than we're fearful. Public health, our county attorney's office and sheriff's department are all like holding their breath, and then hoping that, in the first 6 months, it goes better than what they think. So, but it's nice to have your two people at the table. It really says a lot about what, representing the city people of Otsego. So,
you.
thanks.
Does anyone else have anything for Jeannie? Thank you. We will pass on that information
Thanks,
to
Jeannie.
Connie. I'm on the festival committee, so make sure
Yeah.
we have them there.
Great. Thanks. And I'll see you guys, I hope, on what is that? The 17th,
21st,
21st.
but you
So-
can come on the 17th. Then just stay. till-
Actually, yeah,
We'll
I'll
put
be in
you,
Washington.
we'll put you to work.
The 17th is when I'm in Washington I'm on the,
know,
I'm
I
going for the Transportation Alliance. So are you going? Anybody else?
Possibly.
I'll power through for you guys too.
Okay. Awesome.
Thank you, Jeannie.
Thanks, Jean.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Commissioner.
All right. Any other open forum comments? Okay, we will close the open forum and move on to item 2 to consider our agenda for approval. Does anyone have anything that they would like to add or delete at this time?
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I move to approve the agenda as written.
Second. Motion by Ryan, seconded by Tina. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Next item is our consent agenda. A motion would be in order.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, Ryan?
I move to approve the consent agenda as written.
Second. All right, motion by Ryan, seconded by Brittany. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Moving on to item 4, public hearing. 4.1, Danzo vacation. I'll turn this over to the city planner.
Thank you, Mayor. Park and Rec Commissioner Matt Danzel is here this evening with a request related to an improvement on his property. 14667 71st Street, that's within Lindbar Estates. The area along County Road 38 was developed with a stormwater basin and grading leading down into it. The Danzels wish to construct a detached accessory building in the southeast corner of their property, which would encroach on an existing drainage and utility easement. That was dedicated with the plat. It encompasses that basin and some of the slope, basically the east end of it. So they put together a grading plan showing how they could modify the slopes within the property to continue the functionality of that stormwater basin and maintain its capacity. That grading plan was approved by the city engineer. So the area highlighted on the screen is proposed to be vacated as drainage and utility easement, and that it no longer serves public purpose and would allow for the construction of the building. So it's necessary by statute to hold a public hearing to consider the vacation. That vacation request, again, for the purposes stated, and the vacation is appropriate because the easement no longer serves a public purpose with the modification of the grading. So city staff recommends approval of resolution 2024-60.
All right. At this time, I will open the public hearing. You can come to the podium, state your name and address. At this time, if we have any comments, please come to the podium. I'll ask one more time. Any comments for the public hearing on Danzel property? And one last time. I will close the public hearing and bring it back up to council for questions or a motion.
Madam Mayor,
Yes, Brittany.
I would like to make a motion to approve or to adopt resolution 2024-50 vacating existing drainage and utility easements.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Brittany, seconded by Tina. Is there any discussion?
Mayor,
Audra.
can I clarify what resolution number you said?
2024
6.
60. Did I say 50? Should have brought my glasses tonight.
Okay, so we have that clarified. Is there any other comments? All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well,
Mayor,
enjoy the weather.
Sorry with the confusion over here. Who made the second? Tina,
Sorry,
thank you.
Tina. It was Brittany, Tina. Then Audra raised her hand.
Thank you.
And Jeff pointed
Just
that
wanna make
way.
sure.
So I was like, wait, what's happening? All right,
Thank you.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, moving on to city council reports and updates. Does anyone have anything? I have one item. Oh, sorry, Jeff. you
No,
can go.
I'll go after you. Go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to pass along, I'd gotten, a letter from the League of Minnesota Cities, and since we have Joni online and people in the audience tonight, this is just notifying us that out of the 839 cities that are members of the league, each year they choose representatives from the House and Senate. There's 16 from the House and 9 Senate, members that are recognized for working hard for cities. And Representative Paul Novotny is receiving the award this year. So just wanted to pass it along. Thank you. Jeff?
Mayor, thank you. With the upcoming election and since tomorrow is Adam, is tomorrow the end of applying to either council or mayor?
Mayor, yes, at 5 PM tomorrow.
Okay, with that being said, just to make sure that we are council, the present council and future council, and also people running for council and mayor, to make sure whenever everybody hits enter online, basically comment that you want. Of course, this is by no means a step on anybody's First Amendment. You can speak and do whatever you like. But when you comment online as a person of working for the city, as of course it'll be noted, not of course professional or private. We've discussed that, I believe, with our LMC meeting and social media stuff. But when you're running for council and when you're on council, basically once you hit enter, you approve your message. So we all know about, the federal, I'm this and that, and I approve this message. So as soon as you hit enter on social media, you approve that message. So whenever I or anybody on council care to comment online as that says city council member or running for city council, as soon as you hit enter, you approve that message. That's my feeling on that. Thank you, Mayor.
Any other comments? We'll move on to staff reports and updates. Sabrina?
Thank you, Mayor. No updates.
Okay. Adam?
Mayor, just a reminder to the council, there is a groundbreaking for the I-94 gap project this Friday, held here in Otsego at the Min Road facility. If you need more information, just please let me know.
Audra?
Thank you, Mayor. Kind of add on to what Jeff said, the candidate filing does close tomorrow at 5 PM. Staff will be there if anybody wants to come in and fill out an application. And tomorrow is primary elections and the precincts will be open from 7 AM to 8 PM. So come out and vote.
Thank you. Dave?
No updates, thanks, Mayor.
Dan?
Mayor, the next planning commission meeting is next Monday, August 19th. We have an application for a 6-lot subdivision west of the soccer fields at Prairie Park. Application for an XL Center Energy substation south of I-94, and Michaels is proposing a significant expansion of their office building over on the Brewery Industrial Park.
Michael's on the west, not Michael's on the east.
Right.
Right.
Michael's Construction, not craft store.
Yeah.
I was thinking that right off the bat. I got it.
Okay, Ron?
Thank you, Mayor. Just some update on some construction projects that are going on in the city. You might be seeing a lot of trucks
Yes.
moving around, hauling out millings and such. So the reconstruction project, that's Vassar Oak Grove Estates, which is just to the south and east of City Hall here. That and Hall's Addition, which is just east of Odine Avenue, north of 85th Street. Those two are being, the pavement that's there is in such poor shape that they're being rehabbed, so it's ground up. Within Vassar Grove Estates, they are removing 3.5 inches to keep that level of the street the same because of how narrow and steep those slopes are already. So if anyone does give you a call that it's going to make the road steeper, keep in mind that they are going to be lowering that road to make room for the 3.5 inches to come up. We've had some calls already. I just want, in case you guys receive any calls, that you're aware of that. And that's a 3 to 4 week project. So they started these projects on Wednesday of last week. So 3 to 4 weeks for the reconstruction project. They're working on the culverts right now. And then they'll be regrading the pavement with Vassar Oak Groves after they remove 3.5 inches. And with Hall's addition, they'll leave that material on there for strength and then build up from there. On the mill and overlay, that's a 2 to 3 week process. I don't have the map with me here, but I think if you drive around town, you see a lot of streets that are milled at this point, and they will be getting the 1.5 inches of new pavement to bring that back up to the level of the curb or the edge of the street, like it was before. That's a 2 to 3 week project. So again, they started the same day. So another 1.5 to 2.5 weeks of work on that. The micro surfacing and fog sealing project, we had a pre-con meeting for that today, and they will be starting August 20th and be running through that full week. So August 20th through the 24th. That is for the micro surface is Cadler Avenue on the west side of town, Nashua Avenue, which is right here in front of Prairie Center and City Hall. And then Otsego Waterfront East and Otsego Waterfront West, which is basically quite a bit of the downtown area of Otsego. And then there'll be fog sealing of any streets that were paved 2 years ago. So I guess that's my update.
So Nashua is microsurfacing, right?
Correct.
Okay. And then, so the Hall's addition, is that one being taken down 3.5 inches or?
No, it's not.
Okay.
We don't have the steepness and the width issues that we do in Vassar Oak Grove. So we can use that material to keep that road, make it even stronger.
Gotcha.
Next.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks.
Anything more, Ron?
No.
Mayor and council, if you remember back to the last council meeting, there was a resident here with some concerns over drainage. So we did prepare some materials that was distributed to you by email last week. So I can bring that up on the screen. I do not believe that resident is here this evening, but that way all of you can receive the information and ask any questions to either Ron or Dave about that. So I'll share that on the screen. Ron, if you kind of want to rehash that item from the last meeting.
Sure. The resident with the number ending in 1010 was at the last council meeting. The shaded area, the kind of white shaded area, is the drainage area that runs through that resident's backyard. It's 0.85 acres as it's shown in this exhibit. It goes through a 15-inch culvert underneath the street O'Brien, and then it crosses diagonally across that property and then goes back to the city ditch and then down to a drainage swale. That whole area was platted in 1972, so that's 52 years of that water running through that direction. And that street was last paved in 2022. The only reason I put that in here that these streets are fairly new, and any work being done on them, if there was to be any work, would impact basically a brand new street. He asked at the meeting if it can't be brought through storm sewer down to the catch basins within Heritage Hills, which is to the north and was platted in 1997. That would be 720 feet, and you can imagine what 720 feet of storm sewer, curb, new street, and not to mention sprinkler systems, driveways, all the inconveniences of those residents would be. I guess the main thing we're putting here is that this is an existing drainage pattern that's been there for 52 years. And we don't see a reason that it needs to be changed. I did take some photos a day after 2.5 inches of rain fell. And as you can see, the culvert is dry. This is literally hours after 2.5 inches of rain fell. I took the entry of that's the entry side. The last one was the exit side. And then downstream of the exit side is, I believe, the next photo, going down the rear property line of that resident. And then it turns and crosses, and then it pops back out, crossing the neighbor just to the east, and then enters the city right-of-way ditch again. But there was no indication of water standing anywhere on that person's property. There is a little water, if you can see back there, that dark shadow, a few inches deep, standing on the neighbor's property, but they haven't come in and made the same concern as the resident that came to that meeting. So that's just a update, and I can let Dave talk about any legalities that may be with that.
I don't know if you want to ask specific questions, Mayor. You know, I saw an email saying the situation is illegal. In my opinion, it's not. I've not seen any specific legal claim outlined. So in the absence of that, I can't really make a determination, but I see nothing. Based on what Ron is saying here, I see nothing illegal about the situation.
Hey, council members, questions?
Just a quick clarification, if, if that homeowner wanted to on their own, with proper permitting and everything, could they redirect it to something that was more desirable to them, like to the south there? Or is that, does it have to kind of stay as is?
Mayor,
Mhm.
with the grading plan shown to and reviewed by myself. And then we'd probably also ask for drainage and utility easement with that change, and then all the costs would be associated with the change would be borne by that resident.
Okay. But as is, they're required to maintain that drainage pattern.
They would not be able to block that, and maybe Dave can answer that. It's a existing drainage pattern, and blocking an existing drainage pattern would cause harm to other people's property, would not be allowed.
Yep, okay, thank you.
And one question for you, Ron. What is the grade for the pipe running across the road? If, as though if, to Ryan's point, if he was to get it to go to the south, what's the slope difference? I can't tell on your map here, sorry.
Yeah, so the arrows on there are indications within the ditches, which direction the water's running. So you can see from the 82nd and O'Brien intersection.
Yep.
On that resident's property, that actually runs to the north and then goes through that diagonal area to go south. So it's kind of a hill at 82nd and O'Brien is the top of the hill. And to try to turn that around and go the opposite direction, the corner would require another 4.5 feet of cut. So it's
Oh.
fairly significant.
Okay.
And if you recall, he was also stating that he felt he had too steep of ditches, so that would
To mow.
significantly increase the steepness of those side slopes.
Without doing some sort of pipe work, right?
You'd have to, right, we're
Yeah.
not doing pipe work, but then you get into expense.
Yeah.
And you could do some grading there. They do have 10-foot drainage and utility easements on the outside of the lots that are next to the right of way, but not in the back or the side lot line. So, you know, with removal of trees to get the dirt out of it, you know, there's some potential to do some of the drainage by grading. But again, you are losing a massive amount of trees that I would assume the property owner would like to retain.
Any other questions? Thank you for the follow-up, the maps on this and for your legal comments, Dave, also. Okay, does anyone else have anything? And a motion to adjourn would be in. Oh,
Excuse me,
yes.
do we have
Oh,
deputy to come?
sorry. I'm used to sitting over there, so I'm sorry. An update from the
He
right.
was sunbathing.
Oh, yeah,
That's all right. I don't know if I was supposed to.
sorry.
speak
No,
to-
no, it's fine. They usually just sit at that table, so I glanced up and it's.
Like
I
Kevin.
understand.
Way to go, Kevin.
Yeah, so I'm just filling in for Sergeant Bardo tonight. He's a little busy, so unfortunately I have a ton to report today. I've been off and our system is down, so it would take me like 3 hours just to look through. So it's like
We don't need you to do that.
everything. So I do have a couple big points. So 36 construction, by the river. We have been having issues with moving their barricades and stuff like that. We have been looking into doing a temporary permanent barricades instead. I just drove by there just before now, and the construction crew did, at least on the east side, make it plainly blocked off by their some cones as well as some of their machinery. Obviously, you can't see around the curve on the west side, which I think is where the main violators are. So we are keeping an eye on that because it is the guardrail's gone and all that stuff. So for safety issues. And the other thing to note is Otsego Elementary School had issues recently with vandalism, and just wanted to let you guys know we do have deputies out there almost every night between those hours of I believe 8 and 10, sitting out there, patrolling out there, trying to deter any more of that activity. So we'll have more. We'll have more for next time. So as long as it's just these things. So any other questions, comments, concerns?
So, question, so when you say elementary, is it Prairie View? Or?
Yes,
no?
No, Otsego.
Otsego Elementary?
the southeast one, the one along. River.
Yeah, it's at School Mill Park. It's
Okay,
School Mill
Yeah.
Park
Okay.
in Otsego.
Oh, excuse me,
Okay.
sorry.
okay.
Yes,
All right, because I know.
We're having
we've had
issues.
there,
We've
so I
had
didn't know if this was Prairie now. I'm like, oh gosh,
no,
okay. Let's keep
Nope.
it at one school and get rid of all that. But
Yeah,
yeah, okay. Thank you. I just wanted confirmation on that.
Sorry.
there,
Yeah.
lots of graffiti on the
Yeah.
tables. And
Broken windows.
so it's at the School Mill Park and Otsego Elementary.
Yeah.
They're kind of going back and
Correct.
forth.
Okay.
Kids need to go back to school.
Yeah. Find a hobby.
Anything else?
Does anyone else have anything? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Scanning the room, everybody's spoken. No one has anything else, then a motion to adjourn would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Tina, seconded by Jeff. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. The meeting is ended. Thank you all for attending.
House.